What's up guys, Crew Frank here, and in the last video we looked at the serious mistakes. Well today I have made a list here of the embarrassing, the funny, and the face palm and the common expat fails that I see here in Thailand. So these are the moments that'll make you cringe, laugh, and hopefully learn. I've made these mistakes myself, so stick around so you don't make these same blunders. So let's start with the social blunders. Now, these aren't usually illegal, but they can definitely make you feel awkward and cause some unintentional offense. So the why. I remember when I first came to Thailand, I would why everyone. From the person at 7-Eleven to the bus driver. I even whyed a dog once. No, I'm just joking about that one. But the why is beautiful. You do need to know when to use it and how deep to go when you do the why. I have seen people do a really deep bow and say, oh, sawadee krab, and it makes things a bit awkward, a bit funny. You don't need to over exaggerate it. Just a simple small why with a head nod is definitely enough. And don't why children or service staff unless they initiate it or if you're acknowledging the service. So doing a why will show that you are showing respect and that you are learning the culture, and that is very appreciated here in Thailand. So I know Western cultures might be okay with public displays of affection. In Thailand, it's not the case. You don't see it. So even in the West, if you see two people making out in the shopping centers and they're all over each other, people will shout like, get a room. And it's very similar here. It makes it very awkward. It can be slightly disrespectful to be doing big public displays of affection. A simple handhold or like a side hug or something like that is perfectly fine, but please keep anything more than that in private. So back home, if something is wrong, you can demand to speak to the manager. Well, here in Thailand, confrontation is avoided. I have had an issue before with food, and I know in the UK, if I wasn't happy, I can simply just tell them I don't like it, they will take it away and exchange it for something else, and they wouldn't usually charge me for it. Here in Thailand, if you order it, you pay for it. Now, thankfully, things are cheaper here, so you can try lots of different food. And if you don't like it, it's okay. You've not, spent too much. But I did say something about the food. I thought I was being just efficient, but apparently I was too direct and I caused the waiter some loss of face. That's what my friend told me after we had left the restaurant. So please have consideration for others. If you do have an issue, be very subtle about it, be very polite about it, and that will save face for everyone involved. So I believe in China, if you stick your chopsticks upright in the bowl, it represents incense stick at a funeral and can be considered very bad luck. Well, it's not that severe here in Thailand, but it would still be classed as rude and slightly disrespectful if you did that. So please just lie the chopsticks over the top of the bowl or on a rest next to the bowl, and please try and avoid spearing your food with the chopsticks unless it's an absolute last resort. So when it comes to spicy food, if you say my pet, which means not spicy, or pet nitnoi, which means a little bit spicy, that usually becomes the equivalent of a Westerner's medium spice. So if you don't want spicy, you can say my pet loi, and that means no spice at all. Or as I usually do, I just go my pet, my pet, my pet, and just exaggerate it so they can know. Sometimes I say farang my pet, and that makes them laugh, but they understand that I'm not going to be able to tolerate it the same way they do. The last thing you want is to be guzzling a litre of milk to get rid of the spice, but we live and we learn. I just don't want you to make this same mistake. So this applies to temples, people's homes, small shops, and even some small businesses. And if you see shoes outside of somewhere, outside of a building, then you need to take your shoes off when you go inside. It is very disrespectful if you just walk in. There is uh, a viral video that's going round of a foreigner who walked into a restaurant with her shoes on. Now, yes, you've made a mistake, and the members of staff there will say, "Oh, please, will you take them off?" Simple apology, and you leave them outside. But this foreigner refused to take them off and said, "My money built your country." Please don't be like this individual. Just take your shoes off. If you forget, like I said, apologize, take them off, take them outside, come back in, and continue as normal. We all make mistakes. The Thais are very understanding of that, but please be considerate and definitely look out for shoes outside of the building. The tones, they are very difficult to get the hang of. In the West, we might say tomato and tomato. It's the same word, different tones, and it still means the same thing. But here in Thailand, even if it's the same word, a slight tone difference can mean something completely different. So, for example, the word cow, Kao. Cow is rice, cow is white, and there are many more. So they're not even closely related to each other. I've made mistakes and still make mistakes all of the time, but it's part of the learning process. Don't be afraid to try it. The Thais will appreciate it, they will be understanding, and just have some fun with it. They may laugh, but they're not actually laughing at you, so don't be embarrassed to try. So sometimes, or most of the time, translating literally word for word does not work. For example, if I am saying, "What are you doing?" which is kun tam arai. Kun tam arai would be you do what. So the words are the other way around. Please don't try and learn phrases word for word. Learn them as a whole. My Thai is still classed as a beginner, but I'm learning, I'm practicing. It is difficult, but it's all part of the journey. So those are some common expat fails I've seen and experienced myself. It's just part of the learning curve. And honestly, it's what makes living here so memorable and teach you so much about different lifestyles, different cultures. So I want to know your opinion in the comments. What are some expat fails you've seen? Ones that you've made, some funny ones that you have seen? Please let me know. If there's anything I've missed and you want to add, please let me know also in the comments. If you like this, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.